A big clash for you now. Heat 9 of round 2. Adrian Buchan going up against Frederico Morais. Frederico has already shown that he's capable of causing massive upsets and posting huge numbers with that power he possesses.
But Frederico is not going to back down. This is right out of the gates off the first buzzer. And Frederico does have that big, round, powerful arc that had him success in Hawaii, especially at Haleiwa, and then here the remnants of Sunset Beach, another finalist there at that last QS 10,000. So you would think that he is very comfortable, as doesn't make a lot of mistakes either.
Plants the float on the end section, and he is heading back out with a 6-point ride. But he's definitely fired up to bounce back. And here he goes, driving off the bottom into this first section. Beautiful attempt, but just dug the nose in trying to ride out of that first move.
Probably realizing too that that first section was the best opportunity to produce the bigger score, going for it. There is some diamonds in there, that is for sure. Let's take a look at what happened here. You can see right that section, beautiful attempt though, just straight up, but it had that crease, that little bump right in the top of the lip. And when he, for example, where he needed a pretty mid-range score, you could almost make the attempt to go in and catch a left at that point, and that might be a good strategy.
A 6 on his first wave. Let's see what the surfer from Portugal can do with his second. A flatter section. This wave fattening up a little bit through the inside, now standing up, and a well-timed floating re-entry to finish that one off. Might have just saved that ride with that last move.
Just goes after it.
Adrian Buchan now. Smooth approach. It doesn't really get to tee off on that first section. Second turn a lot stronger. Getting some release in the tail as he brings this one through to the inside. Let's see what he can do with it. Just tries to place his board on top of it,
but able to ride out of it. And you know, it's just, we saw Connor Coffin have a pretty good attempt as we watch the replay here. The carve, this is a beautiful section here, perfectly timed right underneath the hood. You see those adjustments coming back down the face where he's adjusting where that bottom turn is going to happen, but see the conversions there. It literally is just like a full, it's like water moving through a little cavern and just squishing you down, and there's just nearly impossible to keep that board under your feet. Now watching Frederico, you talked about this wave fattening up. This final section though, he does commit full on. You know, he tagged the lip and then you kind of unweight. You can see how he glides down the foam, because that foamy section, you put a real weight down when you're trying to finish those moves. So you know how those equipment would work in those kind of bigger, slopier walls at times, and being able to time those shots that would be very similar to this.
Just over 18.5 minutes to go, and Morais taking off once again. Had a 6.93 in his last wave. So the judges loving that end section hit as he brings this one through to the inside now. And gets some release in the tail, but just sitting back and staying indoors watching this all unfold. And here goes the man in blue. Let's see if he can unload some of that power on this first section. He does. Possibly the strongest turn of this heat so far there to kick this one off. And this wave is a good size, and it allows Morais to really go on the attack. He's not finished with this one yet. Clean little finish on the inside.
Well, this time he finishes on the other side of the rock. See, that's the kind of wave that stayed steep all the way across, kept momentum down the line. Well, let's take a look at this replay here again. So it's a mid-sized wave, but this first section's so important, and he unleashes on a nice snap. Good variety here too. Round arc, then back to the snap again. But this one, you know, he jerks that back leg and then finds the last little section. So 4 solid maneuvers, and he is looking on point.
Let's see how Buchan responds here. Drives up into the first section. Solid hit there. A steeper wall to work with now. And he digs into a couple of big turns of his own. Trying to flow through to the inside. Wants to get the finish. Hangs onto it. He's looking to answer to an 8.57 from Morais on that last wave.
I think it's a good answer. pivoted around the back leg. So he gets into this one, and he sets it up. You see how he pivots around that back leg, but he was connected with the lip when he did it. And then variety with the snap, carve, and a second one, and then make sure that he finishes, stays on his feet. Nice completed ride. One more time from the drone, straight up, 12 o'clock on the backhand, and then a nice strong carve right in that pocket section. That's that critical section that the judges love.
And back to live action now. And Morais looking to get rid of a 6.93 here. Definitely have seen the swell drop just a little bit, and as a result, these guys are able to overpower these sections rather than let the wave dictate terms. We've seen them really dig in. Let's have a look at the replay of this last ride for Frederico.
So Frederico trying to better a 6.93. You know, he's been showing great variety, especially on this forehand. They're getting some fins out the back. Interesting to see if the judges will reward that one, and just trying to reflect on both of these scores. I think they're quite similar. So I feel like it's going to come down to this second score. Who's going to find a solid backup consecutive days back to back?
Buchan using his priority here. You can see that wind just coming up a little bit. He drives up into the first section, throws everything at it, keeps control. Weightless there for a moment. Trying to get rid of a 7.33. Just 2 turns, pretty solid. He likes it.
The fact that the size has dropped off a little bit, and you'll see that interval, so the power drops a little bit, but that right there is committed, where he drifts the fins in the lip. So hard to do, and he did up the ante by about a half point. So good move there from Ace, utilizing that priority. It also pushed
to pick a winner in. Who had the advantage? Adrian Buchan's backhand so well. Frederico Morais has so much power, and he's up again a little deep, and as a result isn't able to really dig into that first turn the way he would have liked, so he kicks out.
Fun heat to watch, though. See a lot more performance in that one, and hopefully that's a glimpse of what we have upcoming for the next few heats.
Well, gearing up for another solid round 2 clash as Frederico Morais makes his way in. Up next, it will be Connor O'Leary and Wiggly Dontis fighting it out for a place in round 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.